Happiness. Noun, quality or state of feeling happy, having good fortune, contentment, pleasure or joy.
Like that moment when as a child you were given your first toy. It's the experiences you have in life that show you it's the little things that matter.
Those small details that bring everything together. It's not about wealth, fashion, gourmet food, or which iPhone version is better.
Because no matter how many times you upgrade, Siri still won't have all the answers. It's about the relationships that you build that build you a strong character in return.
Around the world, there's people with no money, no clothing, no food, survival. Each day is what they push themselves through. We have everything.
They have little to almost nothing.
But on the scale of defining happiness, we're the ones with something left to learn. That it's perspective.
Happiness can be found even in the darkest of times when one only remembers to turn on the light.
Happiness is the sun. It radiates rays of moments that light up the world.
Like that moment when you look at your best friend. Without saying one word, you both smile because it's as if the forces of telepathy have conjoined your thoughts into one.
That moment when your crush checks the "yes, I do like you" box on that secret, but not so secret note you left.
Or when you come home and you smell that sweet aroma of freshly baked cookies coming from the kitchen and your mouth starts to water and your stomach gets all excited.
Or that moment when at the age of 4 your grandparents let you ride their back just so you could reach out and touch the sky.
Or that moment when your life flashes before your eyes, you blink and realize that you're still alive.
The warmth you feel when someone you love gives you a huge bear hug.
Or when you're laughing so hard you find yourself crying, but it's all good because your ab muscles got a good workout.
Happiness is eating a candy apple.
Taking a shower when there's still hot water left.
Standing at the edge of a cliff, arms raised to the sky with adrenaline rushing through every vein of the body.
Happiness is a moment that brings about a smile.
The feeling that changes you for the better.
The reason why you changed in the first place.
Follow happiness wherever it may lead you.
Take all the moments and lessons that it gives.
It doesn't stop.
Not here
or there. It keeps going.
going.
Happiness is a journey and not a destination. It's perspective.
As big as the night sky is, its greed does not outweigh the first mouthful of dawn. I will tell you what joy is. It is the movement of 5,000 men dancing to the voice of 10,000 women, their feet wrestling with their knees to stay beneath them, a strong and common song pouncing upon their chests. Joy never lingers long in the apex of another person's laugh, but I've found it reflects perfectly from the level of my undecorated hips. Long it went unnoticed. A chimney sweep in a London street crying for sixpence and parents, and I felt like I would suffocate under all that darkness. Gargoyle of disappointment, y'all. Watchman over my bed. I prayed the beast would just, consume me instead of prowling from one relationship to the next. I feared the croak of silence and felt myself unraveling by the rhyme. But I promised my loneliness. I promised my loneliness that one day I would write myself a glass essay and then I would love like it can't break. I prayed, Lord, give me good legs and an open road. Lord, give me a juggernaut heart and a Japanese car and benevolent change. And yesterday, under the honesty of 60-watt light bulbs and eye-warm passages, there was my story. Happy ending superimposed, looking final and unchallenged. So joy is in the song, is in the beauty of the husband, all the books you hold clenched in your white teeth. I dare you to tell me that I am not mending, because joy is back bending, and what you think is submission, but is really mercy. It is the watershed that comes from a good deed rippling into great character. My mouth found my face again, found it could still spread, y'all. And not as easy as butter, not as fast as rumors, but it could still light up a room or two. Sometimes joy means You have to be an archaeologist and an astronomer rolled into one. Sometimes you gotta dig deeper, sometimes you gotta see farther, but this smile right here is a genesis older than any doubt cubby holds at the Big Bang Center. So though I have been shaking these years in my boots and my beliefs, I am proud of my ankles because they be no turncoats. Proud of my knees, the creaking martyrs to dance hall. Sometimes they had to break to keep me upright. Proud of my thighs, who, unlike the Red Sea, never parted for a man posing as a god. So even though he left me, he left, and it hurt. What is not sunny about today? Even the rain clouds can bless me. So what if he won't appreciate me? The homeless man will hug me, and the street corner will open up to me. And it will thank me for humming it Aretha and listening to its creases. Joy is not being in love and not being bitter. It is friendship. It is agreement. Joy is a Polaroid army crawling its way into life. It is a childhood gift-wrapped and returned to the Syrian orphan. It is being beautiful and not having a man tell you so. It is finding yourself warm enough for these lonely winter nights. It is finding yourself and finding yourself whole after so long. So, to shaved heads and unsaddled burdens, to this lion's mane of insecurities, to my favorite broken heart, and to every lover I've ever had the pleasure of loving. I know it might sound forceful to you, but I am laughing like I have conquered something, because I have. Thank y'all.
Everybody, everywhere, seeks happiness. It's true. But finding it and keeping it seems difficult to do. Difficult because we think that happiness is found only in the places where wealth and fame abound. And so we go on searching in palaces of pleasure, seeking recognition and monetary treasure, unaware that happiness is just a state of mind within the reach of everyone who takes time to be kind. For in making others happy, we will be happy too. For the happiness you give away returns to shine on you.
I love to write poetry, but the truth is, I've never written about my own adversities. The weight of my pain has always been too heavy to bear, so instead I chose to bury it. And now, for the first time, my heart is speaking up and speaking out so loudly, so listen. See, it all started well before me. Before the anxiety, depression, and bullying. Before my grandmother stepped in to raise me. See, it all started when my father would beat and abuse my mother. She was pregnant. A defenseless victim with every bottle of whiskey he drowned himself in. Dear Dad, you drunk coward, you were the cause of my spinal injury. You are the reason I was born a paraplegic. See, growing up disabled has made life hard, more complicated than any metaphor I could think of. And even though you never stuck around to love me, I know that you know that this is your fault. But I still forgive you. See, holding on to what you did then would do nothing to change the present. And while I may be struggling to find my place in this world, at least I can say that I have breath in my body. And as long as I'm breathing, I'll continue to be happy. What's up? It's your boy Ron Banks, and I am back with another video, actually another poem. And if you enjoyed that, make sure you get a thumbs up for me. This is a story that was submitted to me by an Instagram follower. They have asked me to take their pain and turn it into poetry. They have also asked to remain anonymous, so I will accept their request and respect their privacy. But if you have a story that you want me to turn into poetry, make sure you hit me up. My links are down below in the description box. Don't forget, your voice is your signature, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.